Another mega movie haul for you all. This is my physical media haul for the entire month of November. These are the titles I picked up in the month and that I actually watch, so I can give you some insight and recommendations on these titles here. I got 4Ks, Blu-rays, steelbooks, slipcover, DVD in there. Got collections, got box sets, got boutique labels, Arrow, Criterion, and so much more. Black Friday deals, heavily discounted movies in here. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of physical media greatness. So if it sounds like you're in the right spot, you love collecting physical media just like me, you want to help save physical media this holiday season, go ahead and merely smash that like and subscribe. That way you can spread some joy, of course, and go ahead and leave it in the comments below. What titles have you been picking up for the holiday season? What have been the best deals you've been getting? Let's go ahead and get into these banger titles, of course. So first up is a nice little box set here that finally got the like $89.99. And so I cannot resist it. But we got the Columbia Classics Volume 4. And I have seen a lot of these movies. Sleepless in Seattle is fantastic. You got Punch Drunk Love in here. You have His Girl Friday, and so many more. So I had to pick this up. I've been collecting all the Columbia Classic sets, so happy to have these. I mean, it just looks so nice too. You got individual slip covers in there, nice booklets, a good hard case, and digital codes, of course. So you just got pretty much everything there that you need. So I really, really do like that set. Highly, highly recommend it at the cheap price. All right, next up, we are going to have a steelbook I picked up from Walmart for like 12 bucks, under 15 for sure. Rambo Last Blood. So the last one in the Rambo franchise. I had to think about it for a second. But actually, believe it or not, this is probably my favorite Rambo movie. I just think it's so bloody and gory, and I love like the Home Alone traps he sets for the ending. And I just think it's a really emotional story and just so important to be told. So I really like this movie. I don't think it gets as much love as it should. And like I said, I saw the steelbook. It was super cheap on clearance in Walmart. You know, I got to pick it up at that point. So now this is like the only Rainbow movie I have in my collection. That's just how it goes when you collect. It's just what you find in the wild sometimes. All right, next up, we are going to have The Ring Steelbook. Yes, with the nice VHS slippy over it. Yes, I had to pick up this movie. This movie absolutely terrified me when I was younger. I thought I was going to be able to handle it now. And actually, it was still pretty darn scary. So, oh my God, I don't know why this movie just creeps me out so much. Just the atmosphere about it. You know, the girl popping out of the TV. It's like, oh my gosh, what the heck's going on here? So, yeah, The Ring, definitely terrifying. Now, a modern classic horror movie, I would say. All right, next up, we are going to have Stand By Me When You're Not Strong. I'll be the one, help you carry on. Okay, I don't know why we just went into a song right there, but we got Stand By Me Steelbook finally. It was a good price, of course. I've actually never seen this movie until watching the disc here. And it's a great coming of age story. So I do recommend it if you're into those kind of movies. I mean, kind of like the Goonies without the fantasy elements in there, I guess you could say. But yeah, I did really like this one overall. Very good. All right, next up, we got some Criterions. Yes, The In-Laws. Finally had to watch this one, and this is actually a pretty darn good comedy. Yes, to me, it's pretty funny. These guys are just, I guess, well, in-laws, right? The fathers, right? And they're pretty much just messing with each other, going places like Honduras. One of them's involved in all sorts of shenanigans and roping the other one in. And so they just have some really funny laugh out loud moments. I think one of them's Alan Arkinson. Is that his name? A classic actor right there. So yeah, I enjoyed this one overall. If you're looking into comedies, classic comedies, I would pick up The In-Laws from the Criterion Collection when it's on sale, of course. And some good special features in there too, some new interviews and whatnot. All right, next up, we got The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. I don't know, I always say that part wrong. But this is a great Wes Anderson title, in my opinion. It's really funny. It's like they're making a documentary, getting involved in aquatics and whatnot. You got Bill Murray and Owen Wilson and a whole great cast. Of course, you know how Wes Anderson always brings together. So if you like Wes Anderson's style of humor and storytelling, you will like this one as well. So I enjoyed it. I have almost every Wes Anderson title now from the Criterion collection there, which is really cool. All right, next up, I was getting into some Albert Brooks titles as well. So we got Mother. This is a more modern movie on the Criterion collection. I believe it's post 2000s. And this was really funny. Oh my gosh. Anybody that has a mother can relate to this movie. I'm sure it was just like, oh my gosh, my mom is totally like that. Right, Debbie Reynolds right there. So hilarious. But if you like Albert Brooks style of comedy, you will really like this one. So yeah, really enjoyed this one overall. So you can see I've been getting into these comedies on the Criterion collection, you know? All right, next up, once again, another Albert Brooks title, Real Life, but this one I believe came out in the 70s. And it's basically like he's creating reality TV for the first time. Like, this is a brand new idea. They're going to go and film families and see what kind of drama and shenanigans ensue. And of course, you have some dark comedy there. And I quite like this one as well. So, oh man, on the comedies I picked up from the Criterion collection this year, I was just hitting them out of the park. They were just so good choices. All right, now the one title that I got that I guess was not a comedy from the Criterion collection is going to be Blood Simple, a Coen Brothers movie, but one of their early movies. To me, I could have probably done without this one after seeing it for the first time. It's very low budget. You can definitely tell it moves at a very snail pace. It's very slow. Now it does get better the last 30, like 45 minutes. It kind of reminds me of like No Country for Old Men. But then again, that one's better, so why not go watch that one over Blood Simple? But similar premise, which is very funny, like a rural kind of Western setting almost, drama, cat and mouse type of game. I mean, it sounds familiar, right? Exactly. I mean, special features are good here. If you want to see the Coen brothers even talk trash on their own movie, well, you got that in here. So, yeah, some good interview stuff, of course. Discounted when I bundled it and got some really cool deals off of Amazon. But we finally got Thanksgiving on the 4K Steelbook. There'll be no leftovers this year. So I really like this horror slasher movie. To me, we don't have a lot of Thanksgiving movies. So if you're a horror fan, this is now like a Thanksgiving staple. And the Steelbook looked pretty cool, looked very old school style with the font. I thought it looked really nice. And so yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, of course. And yeah, there we go. Now we got another Thanksgiving movie in the collection. All right, next up, we are going to have some Black Friday deals, I believe. Yes, we're going to have Monkey Man. Yes, basically a John Wick style kind of movie. A little bit more drama, though. A little bit more philosophical elements thrown in. Some more spirituality stuff in there, too. But it definitely has that action kind of kung fu style stuff, too. So overall, I enjoyed this movie. Kung Fu Panda 4, yes, a great animated family film. Of course, these characters are awesome. The voice cast is excellent. I think they do a good job with the fourth one here. You got Viola Davis as the villain chameleon in this one. So, yeah, I do like this one. If you like the Kung Fu Panda movies, you're going to like this one. And you even get some animated shorts in here. So, that's pretty cool. All right, next up, we are going to have Jaws 3. Finally, I was able to pick this one up when it got discounted. And it was my first time watching this one, and I thought it was pretty solid. You had some young cast of characters here, which was pretty cool. Like I believe with Dennis Quaid was in there, and was it Leah Thompson? I think it was. But yeah, of course, you got these sharks going crazy at like a Sea World. So that's kind of the gimmick here. Not as good as the second Jaws or the first Jaws, but pretty darn solid. So still some fun if you're into the shark movies, of course. All right. Next up, we are going to have The Beekeeper. Yes, with Jason Statham. Talk about John Wick style movies here. This one I really enjoyed, has a good premise that I definitely think everybody should watch. You got to be wary of scams out there, of course. But really good action in this one, too. I kind of almost feel, is this a Zack Snyder? No, it isn't. What is it? I gotta see what the director is. Oh no, David Ayer. There we go, David Ayer movie. I'm like, it kind of feels comic booky in some scenes, and that's why that totally makes sense. But really cool, over the top action moments, very fun, very bonkers, wild story. So really like this one. All right, next up, we are going to have another great action movie. But actually, you know what? This might be more a rom com with action mixed in. The Fall Guy, of course, and you get the extended cut disc. So this actually has two 4K discs in it, which is really darn cool. And you got the Blu-ray, I believe, too. But yeah, I love the chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. I thought it was really funny, and yeah, it had some cool stunt action scene moments. So yeah, all around, I thought that was a really creative idea for a movie, The Fall Guy. Very, very good. I know it's based off like a TV show, but I think it's very loosely based off of it, from what I heard. So yeah. All right, next up, we are going to have Mask. Yay, a DVD is in here. This is not on 4K. I don't even know if it has a States Blu-ray release. If it does, it's not really readily available at a decent price. But I saw the DVD in Walmart for like $5. I know my wife wanted to watch this one. So I said, what the heck? Let's give it a whirl. It's kind of a coming of age story. You got Eric Stoltz in there, that has, something going on, of course, with his face and whatnot. And you just get to connect with these characters and their relationships, and what his mom's going through too. And yeah, I really like this story. This one definitely can get you emotional. So Matt, not The Mask, okay, don't get it confused with the Jim Carrey comedy. I love that movie too. But this is obviously a different kind of movie. But I did like it if you're looking for those emotional dramas. There you go. All right, next up, ooh, got a really nice box. I gotta be so gentle with this box. You gotta be gentle. I mean, this was my first Imprint title. And you always remember your first, they say. So Jennifer Connelly, of course. This came with 3 movies, which I loved. Career Opportunities. That's been one of my favorites for the longest time. Always have to recommend that John Hughes title out to people. So I was happy to get another copy of that. But then also I saw House of Fog and Sand for the first time. And then what else did we have in there? Waking the Dead, I thought was really interesting too. So yeah, overall, I liked all of these movies, and Imprint did really good treatments of them. So very happy to have the Jennifer Connelly set. So that is awesome. All right, and then next up, we're going to have the Hellraiser Quartet of Torment set from Arrow Video. And I absolutely love this set. It just looks amazing inside and out. It even comes with a book, which is really cool. The artwork's awesome. I love the disc in here. You got the first 4 Hellraiser movies. I really like the first 4 Hellraiser movies in particular. I love the first one. That's always going to be my favorite. I do actually quite like the third one as well. And actually, on watching the special features, I've appreciated the second one even more and more every time I rewatch that one. The only one I don't care for as much as the fourth one. That one kind of goes off the rails and loses me a little bit. But I mean, Arrow just did a beautiful treatment with these Hellraiser movies. So if you love Hellraiser, you got to pick this set up. It's fantastic. So heavy. I mean, so sturdy. It is awesome. And as a quick little bonus, just to show you guys some stuff I got from the movie theater when I saw Gladiator 2, we of course got the Gladiator 2 popcorn bucket with the giant helmet mask on it, which doesn't really fit my head very well, but it's very, very cool. And then, of course, to go along with that, you got to have the cup. The cup gets its own helmet for some reason, so that's really cool. So these are nice little toppers to kind of put on top of your movie shelves. But that's awesome. I was happy to get it when I saw Gladiator 2 out there in the theater. But there we go, my friends. Once again, those were the titles I picked up in the month of November, the movies I actually watched, so I could give you some insight. And now you can make better collecting decisions for your own collection, of course. And if you haven't already, once again, go ahead and merely smash that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Share out this video. That way I can keep everybody entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. Once again, leave in the comments below what were your favorite pickups of November. And of course, you'll love this physical media topic. Merely smash the next video right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.